Alright. It's a Monday morning. It's cool. It's wet. It's raining. And we're going up the Esmond Station Road. Which we grabbed a piece of on one of my hikes out here. And it did not say it on the sign that I came across. It did say it was state trust land, no shooting. This one says state trust land, no trespassing, no shooting, no off-road vehicles, no hunting. And of course, right off a major road, there's 6 bullet holes in the side. So I'm gonna get packed up. We're gonna head down this road here. I'm gonna take it all the way to the San Pedro River and back. We'll see you in a bit. Okay. Apparently we are now breaking the law. Fix this camera. So we're out on Esmond Station Road. Out on the edge of Tucson, southeast. This way is Rita Ranch, collectively. There's a few different names, but this whole area is Rita Ranch. This area known as Rita Ranch was purchased by Howard Hughes, 200 acres, and reportedly he named it Rita after Rita Hayworth. There's also tell that a local historical figure, Mr. Brockman, named it after a family friend. Though I would think that would be bragging on his part or something, because when you name it after one of your kids, and he didn't own any of this land, so how he gets the nickname for it, I'm not sure. But he's one of the historical city founders out here. Now passed, now deceased. And this road, known as Esmond Station Road, Esmond Station was a rail station. It also had another name known as Papago Station prior to 1880 to 1890. It was renamed in 1890 for a resident who lived nearby at the time. A person named Esmond. There are structures, buildings out here somewhere. There's an Esmond Station section house. functioned as a SPRR, employee living quarters. So adobe construction with concrete floor. The exact date of construction is unknown. Earliest photographs dated back to 1912. And the Lopez family, who ended up buying this area out here, used it as a barn. And it was stabilized, whatever the hell that means, in Pima County in 2016. So as we're walking out here, I'm going to keep my eye peeled for things. And that is a U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey marker. And not part of the Esmond Station. Not even sure. You know, it's called Esmond Station Road, but I'm not sure exactly where the station is. Did some research, and every possible rendition I could put in on the internet just resulted showing a map of Esmond Station Road. So this may be the old bed for the railroad line, though somewhere in my notes here I seem to recall it saying that there's still remnants of the line out here. So let's see, other buildings. Foreman House burned down on November 28th, 2003. This was standard SPRR building. I'll figure out what SPRR means. We'll be in good shape. I guess RR is railroad. Oh, South Pacific. You got it. Just take a minute. Put your thinking cap on. There was an SPRR employee house. It's unknown when this building was moved or demolished, so apparently we won't find anything like that around here. The station itself, some reports say a portion of the residence of the Esmond's Ranch house was converted to function as the station. There's a pump house built in 1907. Earliest photos dated 1909. There's a 70-foot diameter refilling water holding tank. Only the concrete footing remains. And there's a stone masonry Ramada base from circa 1950, and the Ramada structure was removed in 2013. So, off to my right now is a high school. I don't know if it is Cienega High or Emerald Magnet. I'm thinking it's Emerald Magnet. There was a well drilled out here for the Esmond well. It was drilled in 1907 by the Southern Pacific Railroad. It is 612 foot deep. Yeah, so it's wet and cold out here. But it ain't that cold, and it is no longer pouring down rain. Seems like every time I try and get out into the rain, because you know that's going to happen at some point, right? It stops raining. But as long as this atmosphere of the river is hitting California, so this divide here, between here and here, both Esmond Station roads, this one curves off and then comes back in, and I think we'll pick up that curve on the way back, just to see if we can see anything. It does not stray too far from where we're at right now. So, in that, this is state trust land, and apparently no trespassing. I guess I'll throw a disclaimer out there. Don't trespass. Don't break the law. So, this is interesting and cool. I don't know if you can see this coming up on our left, just two structures. So, awesome. They are fenced in and closed to protect them, I'm sure. Keep the teenagers out, and keep it from turning into a crack house, I guess. Though I need to say this: Rita Ranch, very nice neighborhood. Besides any adults that have gotten stupid and strayed off their path. Chimney over here. And there's remote cameras in here, so, you know, if we're going to jail for walking. I guess we're going to jail for walking. This looks like it would be the one that burned down. House. That seems to have burnt down. So it looks like we took the right path. Now, this road goes up this way and turns. Goes off this way. Gets a little more rugged. Let's walk down here. Not that I don't want rugged, but looked on the map, and there did not appear to be anything but this main road. So footings for something. Fence around this. Partial fence anyway. This might be the footings for the water tank. So, associated events and reports for this area. In July 1880, the Arizona Weekly Star reported that the SPRR, that's the railroad, guessing. There's the bed of one of the old houses. Yeah, it'd be nice to buy this up. This really felt nice. The SPRR abandoned its digging of the well at the Papago station. I'm going to guess something burned here. You can see how black this is. But you also saw these palm trees back here that were burnt. So that might have been a lightning strike back here. Oh, also, and this is the best part, guys. I should save this till last, but I'm not going to. It is reported that some very striking cures have been effected by an old woman living at the Papago station. Her remedies are of the simplest kind, and she is fast gaining a reputation of being a witch. And this was reported in the Arizona Weekly Citizen on February 15th, 1890. So you heard that here first, witches in the desert. Awesome. Later that same year, the Papago station name was changed to Esmond Station. And on January 28th of 1903, the worst train wreck in Arizona history occurred about 6 miles west of Vail near Esmond Station. And reportedly, from the things that I've read, there is still remnants of the train wreck out there. So that is what drew me out here. And hopefully we'll come across that. Now, Esmond Station, or excuse me, Vail Station still exists. Sorry for the camera. Fighting the wind here. The Vail Station still exists. In Oldville. And when we finish up here, if there's still time, we'll take a drive down to Vail and I'll show you the old station. So, this is always a curious thing to see out in the irrigation tube. And as an aside, the Skechers wide fit outdoor shoes holding up great, feel good. The Esmond Station Area Plan, City of Tucson, 1886, revised 2005. Okay, cool. Apparently, there's a permit required to enter, so we can handle this no trespassing thing by getting a permit. So, awesome possum. Let me turn you guys off for a minute, jump out, and get legal. All right. Cattle guard. Took my Harley across one of those once. I ended up in the weeds off to the side. Back tire caught, flipped me right around. Okay. That took a minute. Welcome back. But having said that, we are now legal. We have our day, actually 5 days, use permit, $15. $1 for something, total of $16. So hopefully we'll find dead people. Stuff to look at along the way. So, that was the Esmond Station back there. That's exciting. And maybe, just maybe, this is the old rail line. Now, the South Pacific Railroad is a few miles to our south. That would be that way. For those that have been paying attention, you didn't need to know that. But hopefully this is the old railroad bed. And must be pretty safe to take a train in Arizona. Let's see how many people died. There is a book or an editorial op-ed or something that was written about the train wreck, which is just ominous and scary given our history on the planet. If you were born after maybe 1970, you'll perhaps recall a horror flick called Children of the Corn. And this article or book that was written about the Esmond train station was Meet Me in the Corn, or something to that effect. So, this is a little story as we're walking about the 1903 Esmond train wreck. Daybreak revealed a horrific tangle of metal, hot fuel oil, flesh, and fire. Just minutes before the impact, a chain of events that would end in a wall of flame was set in motion. When the Sunset Limited, already 2 hours behind schedule, pulled into Vail. By sunrise, the temporary track had been quickly built to bypass the accident so that trains could continue on schedule. Because staying on schedule is the most important thing. That and being color coordinated, having a theme. Y'all knew that though. Southern Pacific Railroad officials, reporters, family members, and curiosity seekers surveyed the devastation. Engineer Wilkie's 10-year-old son was seen searching the wreckage for his father. Newspaper accounts estimated up to 22 fatalities. Authorities were fearful that the exact count was not possible due to the fire's intensity. Final reports listed 14 dead, 7 sent to the hospital, and 20 more injured in the crash. Today, little evidence of that fatal January 28, 1903 night remains. A new layer of history is being built by another generation. The location where the accident occurred are busy places of commerce. Fry's Grocery Store, Pyramid Credit Union, and Lieber Dentistry office out. So that, and we're down on the draw here, so you can't see it, but that is to our northwest. And right nearby, the just up from the trail that I've been taking you on my neighborhood hikes. That's up at the intersection. So that's a damn shame. So maybe we should do some research. So we got 2 things to do after I finish today, if we can. That's hit Old Vail, show you the train station there. And then on the way home, we'll stop at the intersection there, where the credit union and the dentistry office and the Fry's Food and Drug, not to mention Carl's Jr.'s Pizza Hut, and a slew of other businesses. Give you a shot of that area. Time moves on. This is going to sound stupid, but I really wish I could start running. Yep, so the worst train wreck in Arizona history occurred at about 2:50 a.m. just west of Esmond Station. Had to put it like in the Fry's parking lot. The eastbound Crescent City Express freight with engineer Rob Wilkie at the throttle met the westbound Sunset Limited with Jack Bruce in the engineer's seat. Bruce had brought the very first train into Tucson in 1880. Not quite 4 a.m. That cold January morning in Vail, Alma and Flores Harris usually stayed under the warm quilts until at least 4:30. The cow that could wait a little longer for milking, and the rooster was not nearly ready to crow. Something drew them out to the front porch of their home near the Pantano Wash, expecting to see a clear, crisp sky filled with stars. They were surprised to see the western horizon blazing orange like a vermilion brushstroke across the sky. Something terrible had happened. As he did every day, Alma hitched up his team to the lumbering ore wagon he drove to Helvetia to transport copper ore back to Vail to be shipped by rail for processing. So I'm guessing now we got to take a trip out to Helvetia to find out what the hell Helvetia is. Probably an abandoned mine out in the desert somewhere. Maybe an old ghost town. And we have a ton of ghost towns. And if you'd like, in the down in the comments, you let me know if you want me to get out of my neighborhood and go out and hit some of these ghost towns. Be more than happy to do that. I was discussing with April in Arizona. She is went out yesterday, I believe, to a ghost town out where she is, and right now I'm struggling to remember the name of that. But if you want to find out about that ghost town, jump on over to April in Arizona after you're done watching my video, please, and check her hike out. Like I said, we got hundreds of abandoned mine ghost towns out this way. So as Alma passed the Vail station on his way to Helvetia, Helvetia, he could see Station Master Harry Mann and E.F. Clough, Vail's new night operator, talking in earnest. Not wanting to interrupt, Alma kept heading south on Vail Road towards Helvetia Mine. He'd find out what was going on when he returned. About 2:50 a.m., the two engines hit head on at a full speed. The woman car attached to the end of the Crescent City Empress was uncoupled from the eastbound Crescent City Express by the impact. The swaying of the car was dizzying as it rolled backward at a breakneck speed through the night. With no way to control the car, terrified passengers' wild ride did not stop until the Pullman reached the Tucson station 15 miles to the west. Now, a little bit about the Tucson station. My wife, employer, was known as the Tucson station. And that track still exists in the back of the building. And there was a restaurant attached to that. It used to be called Garcia's, and it was quite popular. And then it became something else. And then it closed down, and now they just use it to store things. And I have told my wife 100 times. Hell, I've told her 1,000 times. You need to suggest to your boss that he reopen that restaurant and buy railroad Pullman cars and put them on that, set them on that track, and serve people in Pullman cars as a novelty. And she hems and haws, and I am sure she has never ever mentioned that to him. Now, I ain't got the kind of money to go out, lease the space and turn it into a restaurant. But I know exactly what the menu should be. And I know the chef to do it. He owns several restaurants here in town, and is quite successful here and up in Phoenix and around. He does quite well with his ideas. But that was an aside. And we'll take a second to find out where we are. Here we are. 3 people were on board. South Pacific Railroad porter, Dr. Norton, the first veterinarian for the Arizona, New Mexico territory, and his 5-year-old son. The veterinarian is on his way to Douglas to inspect cattle from Mexico for hoof and mouth disease. He often brought his young son along with him on fishing travels around the territory. The 3 felt the impact but had no idea the enormity of what just happened. The South Pacific Railroad main line held 2-way train traffic. Communications followed specific defined procedures designed for safety. Messages and orders were typed, written on onion skin paper, thin enough to see through in duplicate. Bell Station Night Operator E.F. Clough, C-L-O-U-G-H, so Clough. He had 2 separate messages from the westbound Sunset Limited that night. The first instructed the coordinator that they would meet an oncoming train at Wilmot Station, east of Esmond. The second message instructed the train to pull onto the siding track at Esmond Station to permit the Crescent City Express to pass. The conductor never received the second order. Clough disappeared the next day after declaring that the blame was the conductor's and not his. Clough was never heard of again. Initial reports held the conductor, G.W. Parker, partially responsible. Later, coroner's juries found Clough was at fault. Clough may have realized the second order was not received because he wired Tucson soon after the train left Vail, but it was too late. About 5 minutes later, Clough again wired from Vail Station that there was a large sheet of flame ahead on the track. So, wonder what happened to Mr. Clough. Both engineers were killed, along with George McGrath, the fireman on the Sunset Limited, who was to be married on February 1st. George's fiancée had begged him not to make this run because of a premonition and a dream he had had. Of course, final destiny. Years later, the 5-year-old son of the territorial veterinarian, Dr. Horton, would share the experience with his daughters, Katie Norton and Dusenberry. Katie Norton Dusenberry, observing that he had never seen anyone turn as white with fear as the porter on board the Pullman car that night. And Vera Harrison Duncan would share the story passed down for over 100 years about the night the horizon of the west of Vail glowed orange from the burning wreckage. And y'all can find this story online. It's an article by the Vail Preservation Society. And they got good pictures. Which is kind of cool. And I go. Sorry, taking the glove off. I guess I need to do some more research on this witch. Because, as I said, reported that some very striking cures had been effected by an old woman living at the Papago station. But remedies of the simplest kind, and she fast gaining the reputation of being a witch. And you can Google "I'll meet you in the cornfield." Read that book and or article. And various articles on who lived at the station and what life was like along the main line. And about the later history of Howard Hughes' land, Rita Ranch, which later became owned by, known as the Lopez Ranch. But, you know, screw the landowner being named after the legendary Hollywood pinup girl and actress. Holds a far bigger draw for pulling people out into the wasteland. So that's the story of the Esmond Station train wreck, January 28th, don't have. Let's get the horses out here. I can only imagine that I am the only person in perhaps what could be years, perhaps even decades, that has purchased a permit to walk along this road. Because, yeah. What the hell? It's the middle of nowhere. Who's gonna know? There's thousands of people surrounding me in these neighborhoods. You probably just look at this as their backyard. But it's not. It's state-owned land, owned by the government. So they can barter and trade with other rich people on various projects that they want to get done. Big people monopoly money, this right here. We, the taxpayers, pay for it through our taxes. Pay for it through our taxes. And then our government officials use it to curry favor. Get money to get elected. Get votes. Oh, you know, I thought that was a horse. And that is a cow. I swear to you, I know the difference between a horse and a cow. Just that the head's back there. Looked a little not as well defined. It looked like a horseshoe. Be a canine. So, like I was saying, let me know down in the comments if you want to go out and hit some of these ghost towns. I'm happy to show you all around Arizona. I would say your best dollar spent if you come down to the Tucson area is to drive into the Tucson mountains, out over Gates Pass, and into the desert beyond. And go to the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. If you're going to be moving here, don't play. When you walk up, buy yourself a family pass. Become a member. I probably bought about 6 family passes. Yearly memberships. By just paying the individual price to enter. Because they're like, oh, this is a nice little zoo. And then I'd leave and I'd go, you know, that was a lot of fun, I want to get back. But of course I'm a college student, so I'm thinking about, budgeting my money, where things are going, this and that. I should have just sprung for it. I went to that place so many times. Not only so many times by myself for my own education about the place in which I lived, but also to take visitors, family members, such out there, so that they could get a sense about the Cienega Desert. Because this place is a fascinating and rich environment. Because I'm now paranoid after having my phone drop dead on my last hike, I'm gonna shut this off, save the battery for a bit, save y'all from me, and gonna hike on down the road. If I see anything of interest, I'll flip it back on. But y'all take the gander. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we're back. We have reached the wash, the river. Taken the last 25 yards or so down into it. And then we'll turn around and head back home. Now, I suppose I could walk over the Vale. This is housing development. Actually, these right here are not part of the housing development. These homes have been here for a while. But just on the other side of that ridge are just homes. And Vale is off in this direction. I suppose I could turn up the wash and walk that way to Vale, but that is a long way home. We're going to walk down here to the lowest part of the, in quotes, river. See if we can find some water flowing. It has been raining, and it is raining up in the Rincons, and probably raining over in the Santa Ritas. So all that water goes someplace. Nice quartz. I'm not a geologist. I'm not a wannabe geologist. I'm not a rock hound. I did take an undergraduate class in geology at the University of Arizona. One, because they had a science requirement, and two, I chose geology over any of the other sciences that I could have chosen because I'm in Arizona. And I was putting myself through college. So I thought I might take part of my earnings to buy me a mule and some rice, some dried beans, head off into these mountains and see if I can find some gold to pay for my education. So I figured a geology class would teach me what to look for and possibly find the gold. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Those of you that know me have long expected that. Well, we're going to get up onto this bend and we're going to take a sharp left. I believe those are called hedgehogs. They might be called pineapple cactus, I don't know. This is the Great River. Not going to get too close out to the edge because these things crumble away. And not that I can't walk back up, but I don't want to. You can see the edge that the water is cut through this. So yes, during monsoon season, this is a river. A fast moving torrent of raging water. And that, well, not the end of our little hike to but I am gonna save you the boredom of the trip back because we're just turning around and walking back the other way. That was our little hike out to Esmond Station. Should be about 4 miles or something, possibly 5. Not sure we'll hit the 5-mile mark on this one. I'm gonna flip the phone off, pick you guys back up. When we hit Old Vale. And then pick you back up when we hit the intersection over by where the train wreck was. And for now, I'm just going to get my feet down in the mud, trying to wash some of this dirt off. By the way, these were not promoted as waterproof shoes, but I have walked through several puddles, and I'm dry. Alrighty. Catch y'all in a bit. So we're in a traffic jam. Let me turn this down. So we're in a traffic jam in Vail, Arizona, middle of nowhere. Stopped by the train. We're going to see. So there's 2 tracks. Obviously that train is on one of them, and these idiots are in front of me. 1, 2, 3 cars. 4 cars. So we crossed right over the tracks out of the second set, and we've made a right into the parking lot. This is the Vail Depot. It's obviously, I don't know what they're doing here. Are they just protecting it? Or are they going to restore it? I would hope they're going to restore it. It is a conglomerate of eras of building material. Coming soon is the 1908 Old Vail Post Office, Vail Welcome and Heritage Center. You can see rock and mud. You can see mortar. You can see adobe. Mortar over adobe. More adobe. This is an old adobe wall. It's beautiful. This right here, that's gorgeous. I don't know what's inside. Old doors, buildings, wood. Hopefully, I'm hoping they're rebuilding this. There's something called the Vail Preservation Society. That's where I got the story from the Esmond station train wreck from. And hopefully they're restoring this. And this right here has caught my eye. I don't know what the hell this is. But are these a bunch of tiny homes? Can you get yourself a tiny home in Vail, Arizona and just live? I don't know. That's kind of cool. I like that old house right there. That's looking territorial. Thrift store. Drop off your crap. We're gonna jump across the road and see what that building is. We'll be right back. So this apparently is a Catholic church. Shrine of Santa Rita. Should have known with the little mission bell. I just love those. I would love to have one of those at my house. I love mission style homes and Santa Fe style homes. Look at the work on this door. Get up on this thing. Look at the woodwork on that door. That's gorgeous. Probably made in China. So, little history. I'll read this to y'all. This picture up here says Shrine of Santa Rita in the Desert, opening dedication March 31st, 1935. This little thing here says Juanito Lopez Figueroa and Helen Estrada, the fourth couple to be married at the shrine of Santa Rita, December 12, 1936. And the people next to him, Frank Lopez Figueroa and Trinidad Marquez, the fifth couple to be married at the shrine of Santa Rita, January 24th, 1937. So a year later, the Lopez brothers took on two brides. I will write down those names and see what else I can find out about Juanito and Frank and Helen and Trinidad. Picture down below, Norman Robert Wagner and his wife Juanita Leon Wagner with their grandchildren Norman, Jerry, and Annie, circa 1947. Norman Robert Wagner built his home as well as assisted with the building of the Old Vale Store and Post Office and Shrine of the Santa Rita in the desert. This photo, family history of her grandfather, provided by Juanita Wagner. And these people here, Dr. Wakichi Takamine, 1854 to 1922. Caroline Takamine, or Takamini, I would guess. She's wearing a kimono. Last name Beach, 1866 to 1954. And Charles Pablo Beach, 1889 to 1967. Caroline Hitch Takamini was widowed in 1922 when her husband, Dr. Wakichi Takamini, passed away. Dr. Takamini, a Japanese biochemist and medical research, was instrumental in bringing cherry trees to Washington, D.C. from Japan and founded the Nippon Club to promote Japanese-American friendship. While Dr. Takamini never set foot in Vail, his life and accomplishments added to a legacy that contributes daily to its sense of place. While visiting her son, Eben Takamini, who had moved to the Vail area for health reasons, Caroline met his good friend Charles Beach, and although he was 23 years younger, they fell in love and were married in 1926. Charles, a UA graduate and avid rancher, supported his wife Caroline, a strong, independent woman and devout Catholic. She wanted a place to worship for all the people living in and around Vail. In addition to their homestead south of Vail, Caroline and her husband Charles purchased additional land in the area that includes where the Shrine of Santa Rita in the desert continues to stand after 85 years. So this is a nice place. I would guess if there's a preacher about, that's his house. A father, I suppose. And this is a nice little garden. And they have stained glass window protected by windows, which is very smart. Nice little place. See that up there, but there is a nice territorial where is it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Straight up. Oh, there it is. Nice little territorial birdhouse. Gotta love it. Alright. So that's Old Vale, Arizona, or what's left of it. And it clips on in over the railroad tracks into Vail. And our next stop will be where the train wreck happened, I guess. See you in a bit. Here we are. Big Smile Dentistry, some dentist place here. Pyramid Federal Credit Union, which also had a post office, which they closed down. This is the intersection. Across the way. Across the way there, beyond the Bank of America, is Bryan. No historical marker, no plaque, no apparent train wreckage. And I suppose you might find something if you got out a metal detector and looked around. No, nothing. If you were on that train, besides what might be left of your family, you're forgotten. An obscure article on the web. All these people around here aren't Tucsonans. Using up the precious water we got left out here. Yeah, I'm one of them. Again, I've been here 30, 40 years. So I don't know. Being a hiker, or a wannabe hiker, there's a principle of leave no trace. And I suppose once my bones have bleached, crumbled into dust, there'll be nothing left to me either. Maybe a digital footprint. Y'all wondering what that is right there? That's my boy Koa. Well, that was the Esmond Station hike. AZT at 63. Thanks for coming along.